Hello friends, welcome back to part 5 of my Tesla earnings forecast video review series. I'm smiling because today's video is an episode of Breakfast with Loki. Yes, you're sitting up in bed, you're ready to eat, huh? Alright, so we'll see if Loki wants to eat his breakfast right away or not. We'll know in just a second. Let me grab his food. Breakfast. Okay, there you go, buddy. And we'll see if he wants to get up and eat. If he does, you'll be able to see that in the Loki cam here. And while he decides if he's going to eat right now or not, let me prime the pump with a couple of kibbles. There you go, buddy. Yes, love you. Okay, we'll see if he wants to eat those kibbles and then get to his pate that's also included. I'll lower the angle on this so we can get him into the shot a little bit better. Okay, he's framed up pretty nicely, and I will share my desktop and continue the tour of my forecast thread. This is the one we reviewed most recently, tweet 7 out of the thread. We'll move on to tweet 8. Which I captioned, Tesla's earnings per delivery are world-class for any automaker, let alone an EV maker. Tesla's strategic price reductions will remain a drag on earnings per delivery growth throughout 2023, but total earnings dollars will rise year over year along with delivery volume. So if you see earnings dollars or earnings per share, comparisons year over year, you're going to see those rise because Tesla is going to be selling more vehicles. But on a per share basis, they're just going to have to settle for 4 times the profit that GM or Ford make selling vehicles, which is still pretty good. There aren't very many automakers on Earth that make more than $9,000 per vehicle they sell worth of profit. That's about where Tesla was in Q1, and that's about where I expect them to continue for the rest of this year. But again, at increasing sales volumes as the year moves on, Tesla should be setting more records for delivery numbers. So that's what's going on with this chart as we see Loki jump in and help himself to some more breakfast. Yes, good boy, buddy. I'll lower this camera a little bit more. Try to get him more into the shot here. Yes. So that's the total profit story. Let's see what the next tweet says. In tweet 9, I said, here's the same chart except with regulatory credit sales thrown out. So what are we talking about with regulatory credits? These are revenues from Tesla's competitors who did not produce enough electric vehicles and did not sell enough electric vehicles to comply with applicable law requiring them to sell a minimum number of electric vehicles. So since they didn't sell enough EVs, they buy surplus credits Tesla has because Tesla only makes electric vehicles and would never pay a fine for non-compliance as competitors would if they didn't buy regulatory credits. So some people want those thrown out of the picture, and that's what this chart looks like if you do that. Why won't earnings per delivery fall by more? Berlin and Austin are ramping, lowering their costs per delivery. The more you sell, the lower your costs are per vehicle produced, because stuff like labor you pay by the hour, but production output can ramp to many more vehicles produced per hour, and that reduces the cost of labor per vehicle produced and as a percentage of revenue when those vehicles are sold. Then Fremont, which has the highest labor costs per hour of any Tesla factory, is going to keep becoming a smaller portion of Tesla's global sales mix. So Fremont used to be 100% of Tesla's sales mix for automotive before the Giga Shanghai factory opened. Tesla's now export hub, and the costs of labor are lower in Texas, and they're lower in Berlin, Giga Berlin Brandenburg. So as Fremont becomes a smaller and smaller portion of Tesla's global sales mix, the total costs per vehicle, especially the labor costs per vehicle, are going to become smaller. And that just makes sense if you think through the analysis. Let's take a look at this chart as Loki polishes off the last few kibbles of his breakfast. You can see back here in 2019, if you threw out the regulatory credits, there was no money left over. But now, there's still more than $8,000 per vehicle worth of profit, even without the regulatory credits revenue that is pretty much pure profit. Loki, did you eat all your food? You did. You're a good boy. Good boy, buddy. There's your reward. Yes, you get a puppy combo. Good boy. And we will set his camera back where you can see him a little better. It was a successful episode of Breakfast with Loki. With that, I will switch to the Loki's bed cam so you can see what he's up to there, crunching down on his puppy combo reward for eating all of his breakfast. Maybe I'll adjust the height on this camera up some so you can get a better angle at him in future videos. And with that, I will outro and say, if you've enjoyed today's video, click the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, why not go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post fresh content. Thank you to everyone who supports me, including my executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com, and I will see you in the next one.